from VidProMom. I'm back with another Premiere Elements tutorial for you guys. This is part of Adobe's Exploring Elements series here on the Adobe Photoshop Elements Facebook page. We're going to be doing a Premiere Elements tutorial today. I'm going to show you a really fun feature where we're going to create a video inside of a title. Let me show you what I mean. This is kind of what it looks like here. This is just an example. Let me make my thing a little bit of a different size for you. This is just an example. So this is, maybe you can see behind this title that says Happy Wedding Day. There's an actual video going on behind this title of a wedding day. Of course, right? So, that's just a little preview of what I'm going to show you how to create today inside of Adobe Premiere Elements. Before we get started, let me know in the comments that you're here, that you can hear me. Let me know where you're watching from today. That helps me just to know that I'm coming through loud and clear. You can see me, you can hear me, and we're all good there. Plus, I like to know where people are watching from, because it's usually all over the world. Give me a little wave or something and just say hello in the comments. To start things off, let me introduce myself. My name is Meredith Marsh, and I'm the blogger and YouTuber behind VidProMom, where I help people, families usually, create and capture relivable moments on video. So I do that through video editing tutorials, gear reviews, camera how-tos. I was reading the comment that says bonjour, and don't read and talk at the same time. So, I have, I would say Joel, but I'm guessing if you said bonjour, it's not how you pronounce that name. I have Joanie. Hey guys. So I'm so glad that you guys are here and that you can hear me. And that's great. So, the VidProMom YouTube channel and blog is where I publish a lot of video editing tutorials and things like that. And I'm an Adobe partner. So they asked me to bring you an Exploring Elements live tutorial today. I've done a few others here on this page, and it's always a lot of fun. So I see Hatties, I'm so bad at names, guys, and Fred and Lisa. Awesome. We have Sacramento, California. We have England. Hello, England. If you have any questions as I go along, just drop them into the comment box and I will try to answer them as I go. Sometimes they get a little bit distracting, but I'll try to answer them as I go. As I go along, just pop any questions into the comment box. And I also want to remind you to follow and subscribe to this Photoshop Elements Facebook page so that you get notifications every time this page goes live with these live stream tutorials. You don't want to miss any of them. So you have to like the page and then subscribe to the notifications. So if you're totally new to Premiere Elements, I have a one-page cheat sheet that I created. It's if you're totally new to creating videos with Premiere Elements, and I will put a link in the comment section for you guys. So when you're done watching this video, you can head over there to vidpromom.com/elements cheat sheet. And it's just a one-page cheat sheet. You can either print it out or you can save it to your phone or your tablet or something for future reference. So let me show you. We're going to show you, I'm going to share my screen with you. We're going to start a new Adobe Premiere Elements project. And what we're going to be creating is this video inside of a title. So this is an actual video inside of a title, and I'm going to show you how to do this from scratch. So I'm going to close out of this. We're not going to save the project, and we're going to start a new project. Okay. So, where did we go? All right, we're going to open up Premiere Elements again because when I closed it, apparently it quit on me. So, what we're going to be doing is a guided edit. I'll put my face back on screen while I get started up here. We're going to be doing a guided edit. So Premiere Elements has, sort of 3 different ways, that you can edit your videos. One is the guided edit. So what that does is it walks you through step by step how to do certain editing functions. Some of them are basic functions and some of them are kind of fancy and kind of fun, kind of like what we're going to do today. But it walks you through step by step exactly how to do those things so that you don't even have to think about it. In fact, you can't even mess it up. That's how cool it is. All right, so I'm just going to resize my window here so that I can get started on this. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you. So this is Premiere Elements, and I'm on a Mac, but this usually, it should look pretty much the same for you if you're on a PC. So don't be afraid if it looks a little bit different. So we're going to use this guided edit mode here, and we're going to come all the way over to Fun Edits. And this one right here called Put a Video Inside Your Title, that's the one we're going to be using today. So I'm going to click that, and you can see it kind of, it starts us out with a new project here, and we have a green arrow and a box telling us that the first thing we need to do is add some media to our project. This is, of course, the first thing that you do with any project. You need to add some media. So we're going to click that, and this box here, this moves around your screen. This is telling you what to do step by step. So it tells us to click any media source to import your video clip. So I know I have some clips on my computer from my brother's wedding last weekend. So I'm going to use, let's see, I think I'm going to use this one here. So this is a clip that I shot on my GoPro last weekend at my brother's wedding. So we've now imported that clip. So that's in our project assets. So our next step, it tells us the clip you added is stored in the project assets bin. Drag and drop the clip to track 1 on the timeline. So down here, I'm going to make my timeline a little bigger for you guys because we're going to be using a few of these tracks. So down here, this is your timeline, and you have these multiple tracks here. You see video 1, audio 1, audio 2, video 2. And then there's 3. You have, I think, up to 99 tracks that you can add to this, but we're not going to go quite that far today. So I think we're going to be using 3 of them, which is plenty. So we're going to take this clip here. I'm just clicking on this to select it. We're going to drag it down to track number 1, which is right here. And once that gets loaded up there, it gives us another step here. Okay, so it says click on Project Assets. So we're just going to follow along. It says we're going to add a black video. So click on this icon right here. It's a tiny little green box. Hopefully you can see it. And we're going to click on panel options and then click on new item, and then we're going to click on black video. So it's step by step by step, but it tells you exactly what you need to do. So we're going to click on this little menu. We're going to go to new item. You can see here that with the guided edit, you can't mess it up because it only gives you the exact options that that are available for this guided edit. So you can't mess it up, right? So we're going to click this. We're going to go new item. We're going to go black video. And what that did is going to be kind of hard to tell. If I zoom in a little bit here, what that did was it added a little video clip at the end of our clip that we just added to our timeline. It's so small because it's only like a second long or something. But it's there. You can see the green box around here. It tells us to drag and drop that black video to the video 2 track and place it directly above our clip on the video 1 track, right? So we just added our this long wedding clip here. It's like 6 minutes long. We have that on track number 1. We added this black video, which I'll show you what's happening in just a second with that. But we're going to take this, we're going to bring it up to video 2 track. So it's directly above here, above our clip. And we're going to expand the duration of this clip. So it wants us to just make this a little bit longer, right? So we've done that. When you bring your mouse to the beginning or the end of a clip, you get this little red little bar, right? So you can just take it and move it. You can either make it smaller and trim it, or you can make it longer. And that's just what I've done there. Okay, I've made it a little bit longer. So it wants us to have a clip that's at least 10 seconds long. All right, so I'm going to hit next. And then it tells us to click on titles and text in the right panel. So that's over here. We have our box and our arrow that tells us we want to click on titles and text. And it says drag and drop a title from the list onto the video 3 track, just above the black video on the video 2 track. So we're going to take this title right here. We're going to drag it down to the track that's called video 3. Okay. And then we're going to expand the duration of this video just like of this title, just like we did a second ago with the black video. So you have 3 tracks that we're working with right now. We have our main video, which is down here, and then we created this black video, which is here. And then we have this title that we're putting in. Let me see if you can see. So we have a title that we just added, and we're gonna fix it up in just a second, but we have this title that we added to the video 3 track, right? So you can see we're using all 3 of these tracks here. So we have expanded the duration of the title. We're going to click next. Now we need to change the text of our actual title. In this case, so this is a clip from a wedding. I think I'm just double clicking on the, in my preview window here so that I'm kind of selecting this title. I'm just going to say family, because there's a really good shot of like the whole family together. And that's what we're going to use for this title. So we're going to hit next. And then this is where you can change the font or the sizing or anything like that with the actual words. So you want to try to, so like this tells you to try Arial. And one of the reasons I think it suggests Arial is because you can get a nice bold text. So there's Arial, and if we go bold, it's nice and bold. There's also the option of Arial Black, which is even a little bit bolder. So the reason we want to do that is because we need to be able to see through these letters when all is said and done, so that the video that's behind them is going to essentially be cut out by these letters. So you want to give yourself lots of space. You're basically going to turn these letters into like a little bit of a window. So you want to be able to see through that window. So you want to have a nice bold text here. You also, you just move this out of the way. I'm going to, just to make things a little easier on myself, I want this to be centered. So center align my text within the text box, but I also want it to be centered in my frame. So down here under align, you can hit this one here and it will be aligned. And then if you hit this one, it's already aligned going the other way. So, so there's that. Now, if I select this whole thing, I can come in here and I can either type in a bigger size and it will get bigger. Or if you click on this number and just click and hold and just drag your mouse to the right, then the number will go up. It's almost like an invisible slider, kind of. You don't know it's there unless you try it. That's why it's invisible. So we can make it a little bit bigger. And I want this to be as big as possible because I want these letters to be like a really nice big window, right? So we've done that. I'm happy with it. We're going to hit next. And this is kind of where the magic happens. So you got to follow along with me here. We're going to click on the effects in the action bar over here. And it tells us to select the track matte key effect from the keying category. So there's all these effects that you can make to your video here. We want to look for the keying category. So that is right here. And the track matte key is the last one here within this keying category. So we're going to drag and drop the track matte key effect onto the black video on the timeline. So if you remember, we added that black video. We're going to drag and drop it right on there. You're not going to see anything happen quite yet. That's any crazy thing, because next we need to select, and this automatically opens this window for us, the applied effects menu here. We're going to select for matte, we want to select video 3. So we're basically selecting the title that's on that video 3 track, right? And you can see what happened here is it took our text, it took our family text and sort of combined it with that black video to make it black text. But we want to actually do the reverse of that. So we're going to hit this little reverse checkbox here. Now you can kind of see there's pavement, right? So I'm going to move these around so I actually create a better video title for you. But at this point where the time indicator bar is, it just happens to be the camera's facing the pavement. So that's what you can see through here. You're kind of creating a window with your text, right? So we're just going to hit next. And it says you're done. You've added a video inside of a title. So I'm going to hit that green check mark because I'm done. And now I'm going to just click and drag and select both of these. We're going to select the text, which is labeled default text, and we're going to select that black video, select both of those. And I'm going to I want to find a place on this clip, and I might have to zoom out a little bit. I want to find a place on this clip that would make a good like a video kind of background to this title. So I'm going to wait for my computer to kind of catch up with me here. Let's see. This is just a bunch of people standing around. Come on, let's see. Anyways, when you find a good spot, just select both of those. Keep them together, select them both, move them to where you want them to be, to where it would make sense in your video clip, right? Let me zoom out a little bit more. And then in just a second, I'll show you a quick and easy way that you can actually make this make it not just black, right? You can make it any color. Let me see here. My goodness. I'm trying to find a good spot for the background. Let's see. Let me zoom out a little bit more. There's a really good clip of the whole family kind of standing like that. There we go. So these are really small because it's just a few seconds long, but I'm going to select those and move them to here. And you can kind of see what's going on. If I make this a little bit bigger for you, you can kind of see that the family's behind here, and you can kind of see through the window, essentially. So I'm going to zoom. Where did my... Oh, okay. So let me show you what we can do to make it so that our option is not just the black option. And you're going to follow the exact same steps that we just went through, except you're not going to add a black video. You're going to add a color matte video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here. Okay. Well, that's a bad angle. I'm going to start here. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so we can see what's going on. So if you remember, our first step was to go to your project assets, go to this menu here. We're going to go to new item. We're going to go to color matte. So instead of black video, we're going to do color matte. And then from there, you're going to select the color, and then it's the exact same steps. So in this case, the colors of my brother's wedding were kind of like this maroonish color. So I'm going to choose that. And you can see it just added that to the very tail end of my clip. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to bring it up to the video 2 timeline here. I want to put it in a good spot this time though. Okay, so we'll put it right there. So here's our color matte. Same thing as the black video, except we got to choose the color. We're going to add a title, and we're going to do, let's see, general. We're going to choose this basic general title, and we're going to make it a little bit bigger so it matches up to our color matte. And then we're going to write whatever we want in here. Wedding, we'll say. So I'm going to center that text. I'm going to align it so it's perfectly aligned. I'm going to change this to Arial. We're going to do Arial black so it's nice and, whoops, that's not right. We're going to do Arial black for the whole thing, and then we're going to make it just a little bit bigger here. That works, right? So our next step is to come over to the effects panel, go under keying, track matte key. We're going to drag that. Is it going to let us do it? There we go. Drag that over to our color matte. We're going to choose video 3 for matte. You can see it's already doing something, and then we're going to hit reverse. And voila. So that's how you can do it using whatever color you want instead of just that black color. However, going through the motions with the guided edit, like I said, it lets you do it without missing anything or without messing anything up at all, right? So that's the guided edit for creating a video inside of a title. I don't know why, but I just really like this. I think it's a kind of, Premiere Elements makes it really easy to do something different and kind of clever with your video in this way. And then again, with the guided edit, it just walks you through every single step. So if you have any questions about this, let me know. Pop them into the comments. Don't forget, I shared my Premiere Elements cheat sheet that I told you about earlier. I put a link to that in the comments. And then, or you can, when we're done, you can head over to vidpromom.com/elements cheat sheet to grab that. If you're watching the replay of this and you have any questions, you can pop them into the comment box and I can do my best to come back and try and answer them. But let me just make sure that I can pin this comment with the cheat sheet. So I pinned that cheat sheet to the very top, of the comment section. So, let me come back on screen with you guys here. So, Let me know if you do have questions. I'll come back and answer them. Don't forget about the Premiere Elements cheat sheet, and don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Photoshop Elements Facebook page where you're watching this right now so that you can get notifications for future live stream tutorials, either by me or by one of the other Adobe partners. They do a lot of tutorials here, live stream tutorials, which is really great. So you don't want to miss any of those. So like the page and then subscribe to get the notifications. I'm not seeing any questions come in, so I'm going to assume you guys are good. And if you ever have any Premiere Elements questions at all, you know where to find me. Once again, my name is Meredith. You can catch up with me at vidpromom.com or the VidProMom Facebook page or the VidProMom YouTube channel, which is where most of my video editing tutorials usually happen over there. So, thanks for watching with me today. Thanks for letting me share this guided edit in Premiere Elements with you, and I will see you next time.